Speaking of action games, some people are saying that there's an action game renaissance that it's upon us right now. And this is one of the latest games announced that's part of this action game renaissance. This is Tides of Annihilation. So let's take a look at this trailer.
No one knows how that world came into being. It devoured everything.
We have a dystopian London. This seems very similar, honestly, to Stellar Blade, like post-apocalyptic world. This is obviously set in London.
Only I was left.
A beautiful woman is left as a sole fighter to take on.
That was a fatal mistake.
Uh-oh. The mistake. You left her alive. Now she's getting revenge. So now, of course, people have obviously commented like, oh, it's a good-looking female protagonist. Of course, it's China, so...
It's the aura of the Grail pieces. I can sense it.
So you already have Grail pieces.
As long as it is reforged.
My wish can be fulfilled.
But wishes come at a price.
To pursue one's wishes is to court one's doom.
Not a lot of fighting in this thing so far. There's clearly some platforming in it, which I don't know if you want to... Now we get to some actual combat here.
Holy Grail. Blood. This is a feast only for the king. I can't escape from your doomed fate.
Gwendolyn, this is your final warning.
My quarrel lies not with you, but I will take back everything that belongs to me. Even if the price is my soul.
Soul. Whoa, Tides of Annihilation in development for PS5. I don't know if it's actually going on the on Steam as well. I could look that up. But this kind of an interesting idea. Clearly, it's set in London. It's loosely kind of based around the sort of Knights of the Round Table. Which, I mean, this is actually, I think, one of the issues with wokeness that people don't talk about. It's not just, you know, oh, they're sticking ugly women and minorities into the video games. It's also, it's really the kind of hate. I don't want, maybe hatred's too strong a word, but there's like a shame in for like white European culture in the game industry. You know, they don't want to make a game that's, you know, kind of focused on especially, you know, positively or positive, like, cool view of this these kind of tales. And then when you see, you know, this is a Chinese company or a Korean company or something, you know, Japanese company, kind of like, here's our take on, you know, white, you know, European culture, and also like it looks super cool. It kind of shows that, you know, maybe there's an issue with Western creatives and Western culture where it, you know, doesn't want to interpret its own like sort of heritage and history in these really like cool, badass ways. Or like, you know, have these, the kind of focuses on like these knights. Like this is like Knights of the Round type of inspired stuff. As is that, again, it's kind of like, I don't want to say Dark Souls, but it has that sort of like Asian kind of interpretation of these knights. They look pretty badass in my opinion. Very cool. And this one doesn't have a lot of gameplay, but this one does. This is more like a gameplay type of thing. So it's a kind of typical let's explore. You have a little like world building. People are like frozen in place and turning to ash. Clearly like a post-apocalyptic London. actually show, you know, the Union Jack there. It's just kind of almost strange to see. Like, when's the last time you've seen like American flags in a game? A lot of people like kind of want to avoid real life stuff. Then you have like this. I assume you're meeting this for the first time. I hope there's not like an intro sequence every time you get into a fight. But as you can kind of see, it's very, very action oriented. You got combos. You can knock the guy up from the ground here and then do like a grab, air combo him, launch, or knock him down, bounce him back up, lift them up off the grounds. There does seem like a lot of cool combos you can gotta do in this game, which can be good or bad. Like if like it's too combo oriented, it almost kind of gets old after a while. Like, oh, let me do, you know, this 20 hit combo again. This guy is super armor, but here it seems to be there's some sort of counter here. You got a different variety of enemies you have to deal with. Seems to be some sort of like blue gauge. I don't know if that's kind of a like a magic gauge that refills. Only like certain. Oh, okay. Now you like. It looks like she charged, and then she has to unleash her magic gauge here to use this type of attack. So maybe there's like a different types of attacks that you can do with it, rather than like the Ice Knight using like an uppercut. You have this super spikes here. And she's trying to set up a grab. Oh, some sort of execution here, which can be all right. Executes in an action game. It could be. It could be okay if it. You know, you have to use this as a way to get kind of gain invulnerability in a intense fight. This appears to be an introductory sequence too, so it's maybe not as intense. It looks like you got a boss battle here.
You're weak.
The Mordred. Again, they're kind of using this sort of people loosely. The events and the stories behind it very loosely inspired by this kind of stuff. Interpreting it a different way.
Your sword like that. Does that count as fighting? What's this? Can't win on your own, so you call for backup.
This person's apparently immune. You have to find a way to kind of break through it. Or maybe this is a fight you have to lose. I don't know.
This is all you've got.
We'll see how this.
Bow to me.
Oh, I sure love it when people talk excessively. Oh. Oh, you cut her.
This is your own doing. Yes.
Actually, using her powers. If this is the fight in the game, it seems way too much not in gameplay here.
You're a right pain, aren't you?
I love the British accents too.
You'll soon pay the price. You're nothing.
Alright, so now she becomes hittable. I don't want to watch this entire fight. This is taking too long. I can see why people are excited for this game, though. That seems pretty cool. I mean, we'll see how. Like, there's like some stuff where it's like, again, like the hitting sequences and that kind of stuff. Almost seems like it. I don't want. If it gets excessive, it could be a pain in the ass.
Regret that.
Like this. But I mean, this is supposed to be the first part, so they always like try to hook you with this kind of stuff and give people seem to give people something to look at. Someone pointed out that trailers like almost never show gameplay, which kind of is really true, to be honest. It's kind of bizarre But I guess the way you marketing people think the way you attract people is by showing these cool sequences, like running sequences or these like movie sequences.
You're nothing but a bug. Well, I'm destined to have it.
Like this doesn't even seem like a serious boss fight. It's like half the time you hit her a few times, it goes in another cinematic.
I'm Pendragon.
Okay, then it just skips it. Okay. She's running through the rain. Giant enemies. They got seem like big enemies, small enemies. We'll see how it goes. It looks visually, it definitely looks super cool. I'll give it that. Will it be good? Is this the action game renaissance? I don't know, but it looks pretty neat. And again, she has. I don't know if I can get a. Let's see. She actually has cleavage, which is another thing. I don't know if there's a way to. Oh, here we go. See, look.
Here.
Amazing. Oh, amazing to see a woman with cleavage in a game nowadays. You can tell it's Japanese or Chinese, sorry, because if it was European studio, she would definitely have this covered up right now. You can't show this in a Western game, so that's exciting. Exciting to see it. I'll keep my eye on that to see how it works out. Some people were mentioning Tides of Annihilation announced for console, PC. Showcase confirmed. This is by a Chinese developer with the backing of Tencent, which is a giant. Has over 100 developers with experience from Sega, Ubisoft, and more. Action-adventure game. It's single player. It takes place in London. Scarred modern London will also be explorable. The protagonist, Gwendolyn, voiced by Jennifer English, can summon 2 spectral knights. The game has over 30 bosses, which were each of which were inspired by Knights of the Round Table lore. Colossal Knights roam London. Players can climb and battle them. So it's got some Shadows of Colossus type of thing going on. There'll be options for those who want less challenging experience. I don't know if that's a good thing. Enhanced version will also be planned and will offer improved FPS ray tracing. Wow. Platforms. So it's PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. So it's going to be available on all sort of modern platforms or the super performance platforms. English is the lady that voiced Shadowheart. Oh, I don't think I've played Shadowheart, but a lot of people seem to like her, so they're hyped for Jennifer English.